So, Ester and Dae took off for school, Grant High School, and that would be Ulysses S. Grant High School. They pulled in the Mustang. They had to park out a ways. Motorcycles get to park on the edge of the school, whereas cars have to park farther out. So they walked up, found John and his two buddies, Wes and Jack, and said good morning to them. And in casual conversation, Dae was asking John if he liked the WOW. And he said, oh, yes. And in particular, he liked the twins, Danielle Elizabeth and Tracy Ann. And so they shared the fact that they had actually seen them last night. And John got excited, wondered if they had gotten their autographs, and she said, no, they hadn't even thought about asking for autographs. And so they shared a few things with them that the twins loved Keurig coffee makers. They traveled with one. They loved the coffee. And they were out of a job because Iron Fist Dan had decided to go back to his father's ranch and raise pigs. So anyway, Esther kind of broke in and said, you know, John, the day after school, I'm going to be showing my best friends some defensive moves downtown at the Carson warehouse. And if you three want to come, we're going to start at about 4 o'clock. And John was excited. John was very excited. He said, I would love nothing more than to learn some defensive moves from you, Esther. And he said, I really appreciate your offering to do this for us. And so they walked on into the school. John's friend Wes, when they got off to the side, said, you know, we're supposed to be working tonight. John said, you know, minimum wage jobs are everywhere at the moment. But to be trained by Esther on defense, that is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I'm going to take it. And Wes thought about it and agreed. And so did Jack. So it was settled. Ester and Dae went to their first class, which was calculus, and Mr. Grade announced the fact that they were close to the end of the school year, and with one test left this week, unless the girls did bad and the boys did really good, the girls were going to have the high score for the semester, and they would get to choose where the class could celebrate the end of the year. And so, buckle up, everybody, and try your hardest. And it was a normal day at school. 6th hour, girls had all done extremely well in PE running. And they decided to run extremely hard today and get back in time to rest a long time. So at the start, they all took off fast as they ever had, and were back in less than a half hour. They were all in the shower room, and Ms. Strong, their instructor, came in very excited and said, girls, I want to tell you that each and every one of you has broken the high school's record for cross country. And I'm extremely proud of you for that. She says, I know that all of you came here and have given it 100%, even though you have a guaranteed scholarship to go anywhere you want, to do anything you want. You all gave 100%, and I'm extremely proud of you. And so with that, she said, and I believe some of this credit goes to the 3 girls. Well, let's see. 4 girls in black that we were all trying to beat. And she says, as a tribute to them, I think perhaps at the state competition this Saturday, we should all go wearing black. And I don't mean just black, but gothic black. Miss Strong got real excited about all this, and she says, what's everybody think about that? And so within a couple seconds, everybody was applauding and excited. So Ms. Strong said, good, because tomorrow I'm going to arrange for everybody to have the availability to have a black uniform to run in. So let's shower and go outside, and we'll meet in the old gymnasium. So it had been very early that the girls got back quickly from their run. They're all out there on the bleachers, sitting and waiting for the whistle to blow. And Eve and Helen, they were talking to Ester, saying, you know, we really did pretty good this semester, didn't we? Ester smiled and said, you did really good. Wonderful, as a matter of fact. And Raven and Dae were listening, and they made a comment. And we lost her one dress size. And they were very proud of that. They had become more fit than ever, which is what Ester had promised them if they all tried very hard for this semester. And so finally, Miss Strong came out. She said, girls, come on down here. She said, let's do the school chair. And she yelled out, Grant High. And all the girls surrounded her and screamed out, forever. And then she yelled out, Grant High. And all the girls yelled, forever. And then Miss Strong yelled out extremely loud, Grant High. And everybody yelled, top of their lungs, forever. And then they all laughed and were excited. It was about the loudest, best cheer they had all ever done. So the whistle blew. Dae and Ester were free for the day, along with Helen, Chris, and Eve. And so Ester and Dae jumped into the Mustang, went back home, and Ester was curious whether or not the twins would be ready as she had asked them to be. So when they opened the apartment door, the twins were standing there very proudly with their arms wide open saying, "Ta-da!" And they had some new gothic outfits on that they had purchased at Marco's for Women using Ester's debit card. And they looked sharp. Mostly leather, and it looked good. They had some high knee boots, some leather shorts, leather vests, silk blouse. Everything looked really sharp. And so Ester said, "You girls look awesome." And their makeup was really good. They had applied it modestly but effectively. And so Ester said, "Let's all go in the Cadillac Escalade that you were using today. We can all fit in that." So they jumped in that and started downtown to the Carson warehouse where Ester was going to train everybody.